these are my recordings. My recordings divided in two parts. The first part is about the correct pronunciation of such words and phrases, and the second part is about the tongue twister. Enjoy! Let's begin with the first part. The first one is about the throng of the Thuringian thermometers. The throng of thermometer from the Thuringian thermometer Fox arrived Thursday. There were 1,033 thick thermometers, though instead of 1,036 thin thermometers, which was 3 thermometers fewer than the second 36 we were expecting, not to mention that they were thick ones rather than the thin ones. I thoroughly thought that we had ordered 1,036, not 1,033 thermometers, and asked the Thuringian thermometer Fox to reship the 3 thermometers rather than 1,036, and promised to replace the thick thermometers with thin thermometers. The second recording is about the surly surgeon. A surly surgeon sucked an insolent sailor's thorn. A surly surgeon from Cisco, Texas, saw a sailor sit silently on a small seat reserved for youngsters. He stayed for several minutes while thoughts swarmed around. Sam asked the sailor to cease and desist, but they sneered in his face. Sam so insist that he considered it sufficient incentive to suck the sailor. The sailor stood there for a second, astonished, and then strolled away. Sam was perplexed, but satisfied, and the toss scampered like ants over the seesaw. The third recording is about all's well that ends well. The lazy Thursday at the zoo found a zebra grazing, posing for pictures and teasing the zookeeper, whose nose was bronzed by the sun. The biggest zebra's name was Zachary, but his friend called him Zach. Zach was a confusing zebra whose zeal for reason caused his cousins, who were naturally unreasoning, to pause in their conversation. While they browsed, he philosophized. As they grazed, he practiced Zen, because they were Zach's cousin. The zebra said nothing, but they wished we would muzzle himself at times. The fourth recording is about the tan men. A fashionably tan man sat casually at the bat stand, lashing a handful of practical bats. The manager, a crabby old bag of bones, passed by and laughed. You're about average. Jack, can't you lash faster than that? Jack had enough, so he clambered to his feet and lashed bats faster than any man had ever lashed bats. As a matter of fact, he lashed bats so fast that he seemed to dance. The manager was aghast. Jack, you're a master of bat lasher, he gasped. Satisfied at last, Jack sat back and never lashed another bat. And for my last recording for the first part is the lot of long, hot walks in the garden. John was not sorry when the boss called off the walks in the garden. Obviously, to him, it was awfully hot, and the walks were far too long. He had not enough that walking would have caught on the way it did, and he fought the policy from the onset. At first, he thought he could talk it over at the law office and have it crushed, but a small obstacle halted that thought. The top lawyer always bought coffee at the shop across the lawn, and they didn't want to stop on John's account. John's problem was not office politics, but office policy. He resolved the problem by bombing the garden. And for the second part, the tongue twister. Peter Piper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled pepper? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely she sells. So if the shell sells on the seashore, I'm sure the shell seashore sells. I thought. But a thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought. I thought if the thought I thought had been the thought I thought, I wouldn't have thought so much. And that's all my recording. Thank you.
Well, it's on my mind, I'm heading